Welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna go over a real important tip for you today that's gonna save you a lot of problems that you may have experienced in the past. So I'm not open yet, but I'm gonna pretend I just went to a garden store and bought some plants. So what you need to understand, especially early on when you go shopping, is that all of these plants that you've bought, they look beautiful, they've grown out, they're just like so big, ready to go in the garden. Keep in mind that most of these plants have spent their entire lives inside of a greenhouse. It's a protected culture. It's what we have to do to get them growing faster in colder climates. But what happens is they almost live in a bubble because it's sheltered, the environment's controlled. They don't even experience things like wind. So when you get home, it might be 70 degrees out during the day and you're like, let's get these things planted. But what happens is the night temperatures are still a little chilly and you get wind and breezes. And these things aren't built or have that immunity toughened up yet to really sustain those winds. And it can actually just kind of shrivel and kill the plant. So what we recommend is called hardening off. You go to a store, you bought a nice hanging basket, nice mixed hanging basket, got a beautiful little salvia, my favorite, eucalyptus, the little hibiscus, and the little irisine. So what you want to do to acclimate these and give yourself the best chances of success is when you buy them, for the first week, 5 days at least, when it's a nice day outside, move them outside, put them on your porch during the day. That way, it's not too cold, it's warm enough, but they'll start to be able to handle the breezes and they'll start to toughen up. And this works for vegetables and flowers, especially vegetables, because they can tend to be longer and stretchy and things like that. So every time for 5 days, 6 days in that period, you bring them out in the morning when it's warm, leave them out during the day, and then at nighttime, you kind of just gotta load them back in and bring them back inside the house. I know it's a pain, but if you keep them in trays and things like that, it's gonna just set you up and your plants up for success moving forward those first few weeks around here where it's iffy at night and things like that. So it's a very common thing. It's called hardening off, and what you're doing is acclimating your plants slowly to the outside, and then it only takes about 5 days, and then after that, as long as you're past the frost free, you can put them in the ground and you should be good to go. Works for hanging baskets, it's basically anything. So hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm gonna move these guys back inside because it's a little chilly, and we'll see you next time.